Welcome students, let's begin with the chapter of force and laws of motion. In the previous chapter, we've already discussed how the body is under the motion. We studied about the concept of velocity, how change in the velocity give rise to the acceleration. But have you ever wondered what is causing the change in the velocity? You have seen the effect, you have seen the result that the velocity is changing. But what is behind it? What is the reason for change of the velocity? So, you will be amazed to know that there is always a force which is changing the velocity. Velocity cannot change without the presence of the force. Okay. Now, we have used the term force very commonly in our common parlance. We've been talking about the person, he or she pushed the other person with a lot of force, right? That is how you talk about force. But in physics, we generally have definitions for the terms, okay? So, let us begin with the basic understanding of the force and then we'll move ahead with the detailed explanation of the force, okay? So, in the introduction, the concept of force is based on, not this, but is based on push, pull or hit, right? You must have seen how do you change the direction of the ball? Either you hit the ball, right? Or if a car is not able to move, the car is being jammed, how do you make the car move? You push the car, right? You push the doors, right? So, what are you doing over there? You are applying the force. So, in our common understanding, force can be understood as a push or a pull or a hit, right? Now, one very important factor or one very important concept related to the force is that nobody has seen the force, okay? See, even if I apply force on my hand like this, okay, I am pushing my hand like this. Can you see the force? You can see the effect that the hand is moving, but can you see the force? You cannot see the force, right? You cannot taste the force also, okay? But what can you see is the effect of the force. The effect is you either see the change in the direction, you either see that the object starts moving. That is the effect. But what is causing it that you cannot see? Therefore, in fact, nobody has seen, tasted or felt the force. However, we always see or feel the effect of a force. This is very important. What do we perceive the force? In the common language, in our common understanding, we think, okay, if I'm applying a force on my hand, if I'm pulling my hand like this is force. But you are seeing actually the effect. The hand has started moving, that you are seeing the effect of the force, okay? It can only be explained by describing what happens when a force is applied to an object, right? So, the concept of force is based on pushing, hitting or pulling of the object to change its state of the motion. So, whenever you are seeing that the state of their motion is changed, what is the state of motion? Suppose the body is rest and body is at rest and you saw that the body has started moving. So, there is a change in the state from rest, it has gone to the motion. That means the cause must be a force. Or the body was in motion, but after some time the body came to the rest. What was the cause? It must be a force, right? So, that is the meaning of change their state of motion. See over here, the trolley moves along the direction we push it. The boy is pushing the trolley and what did you see? It has started moving, its state has changed, its position is changing. Look at the drawer is pulled out, right? So, that is also with the help of the force. Here the girl, she is playing hockey and she has hit the hockey ball with the hockey stick. So, she has hit the ball with the help of the hockey stick and you saw that the ball started moving. All these are the cases where you are feeling or you can see the effect of the force. Okay. Now, force has following effects. This is very important. First is force can change the state of motion of an object. State of motion means what? If the object is at rest, it will come into the motion. If the object is in motion, it will come to rest. That is the state of change of the motion. So, where can you see this? Look at the example over here. The ball was moving, right? The ball was moving towards the goalkeeper and he suddenly catched the ball. So, what has happened? The ball has come to the state of rest. So, its state has changed. This is an example of change in the force is changing the state, right? The goalkeeper, he applied the force, he catched the ball and as a result it stopped, it came to rest. Second, a force can change the speed or direction of an object, right? Look at the example, it's very interesting. This is the batsman. The ball was coming towards his face, right? Towards the batsman. And what did he do? He applied a force with the bat on the ball and the direction of the ball was now away from the batsman. Earlier it was coming like this. After applying the force, it went like this. So, the direction has changed, right? In this case, the direction has changed, or in certain cases, the speed also changed, right? Suppose, just think about the example of a car which is moving with a higher and higher speed. Initially, it was moving at 10 meters per second, then it went to 40 meters per second. So, what has happened? You have pressed the accelerator, engine has applied the force on the tire and tire started rotating faster. So, the speed changed. Here the direction is changed. Third, force can change the shape or size of an object. See, in certain cases, you won't see any change in the state of the motion, right? The ball or the object might be there only, but what will you see? You will see a change in the shape or size. Look at the example over here. This is like a, let's say this is a clay ball. Clay is very soft, right? So, if you press the clay, the shape will change, right? So, the shape here, the object is not coming into the motion, right? The state is same, only the shape is changing. Even in the case of a spring, let's say this is a spring. Now, you apply force from here and from here, from both the sides. What will happen? The spring will stretch. It will be like this. The spring will be stretched. That is the change in the shape.